Okay, we should be live. Hey, Daladon, how you doing?
Welcome to the stream.
Or we are probably going to still be like, rawr, magic damage low, rawr, until we hit level 30. I really want to see Abyss. Abyss looks like it's going to be fun. Miasma Chain, I'm still on the fence on. I am looking forward to Advanced Entropy, though. If we can get these miasma clouds growing, we can make things nice. Yeah, this is the miasma. Miasma. Oh. Diablo 2. It's just because we're taking a breather. Hey, Bells, how you doing? I'm sorry. I need to not be so dorky about it, but it entertains me. Makes me happy on the inside. But anyhoozle, we have Paige, and we're going back for more miasma goodness in the Black Marsh. Hey, Mr. Marsh. Okay, I think we are going to do Tower again, though. 1 for XP, but once we get down to level 5, I need to remember to put it on players 1. Nyom. It is such a weird feeling skill. Hope I didn't mean to go back up. It's just, it's so odd. It doesn't feel right to like drop a chain on the ground and then just like run past enemies. And obviously it also gets cut off whenever we go across like physical barriers like this, which also feels a bit on the weird side. But once we start getting some mana recovery from like lore and stuff like that, we'll be a little better off. The stacked material chests are character not shared. Actually, I think they're shared. Actually, I'm fairly positive they're shared. Ooh, we just got another Arctic item. Yay. There you go. Now you get some more loveliness. But no, it's shared. I know it's shared because we have 80 rejuvenation potions already. Because I've been saving those. I think I've realized what bothers me about the chain. It doesn't actually damage the creature that it's attached to. That's what's bothering me about it. If it actually damaged this guy, oh no, it is damaging him if he comes up along the chain. Because the chain is what casts the miasma, not the guy that's there. But no, it's a shared stash. So technically we have, what is that, 8 pages of shared stashes? Because we have 5 normal shared stashes, then we have the 3 for just drop items. Or stacks. Ta-da! Wow, all the scrolls of Identify. Wouldn't take mana potions. But yeah, if it was per character, that would actually add a lot of value, oddly enough. Because then you could have, like, proper mules. That is something to think about. I wonder how hard that would be to break out with a mod for single player. Where it was actually per character instead of universal. A superior old book? What is it, Shakespeare? Let us see. It is 2-socket levitation. Leviathan. I know, it's stupid. No, Ron, it's Leviosa. Okay, so that actually can extend pretty far. It's just whenever there is a physical block for it that starts to have problems. The thing is, almost feels like it wants me to play it like Blaze, oddly enough. Except a much more frequent cast Blaze. Which Blaze is already not that great of a skill. Just gonna put that one out there. Can I get you with this? Yes. There's our level up. And yeah, we do have it on player's aid. So stat-wise, I think we want some more mana, because this is a very mana-hungry setup. Are we leveling Miasma or Miasma Chain? I think we are going to go... And we don't actually have to get anything over here. Only reason I have Lethargy is because it makes life easier on me to slow enemies down. Does it root the mob you chain to the... Put the chain on? No. No, it literally just latches to them and you run in circles. Cheesy, I know. I might refund my skills and get that Lethargy back, but I kind of want it for bosses. Rest of this is whatever. Let's go with... I'm going to go with Bolt. We're going to max out Bolt. We're going to try and get some decent damage on that. Just straightforward damage, not even like dicking around with stuff. Oh, and we got another identify, and that's going to be Fell Oak, I believe. Hey. Not one that I use very often. Refund still of Lethargy, but can't be motivated to. Ron. Layers 1. We're about to be down here. And I need to probably actually look up people's research on it, because I can't be asked to, like, do the code right now. But I should probably look up people's research on Lethargy in this to see what kind of, like, damage boost effect it is. Because I don't know if it is, like, an amp damage effect or if it is a lower resist that works on everything or what. Because it's damage taken plus. Or is it a new mechanic that actually amplifies any damage it dealt? You never know until you've broken it open. It could work like masteries and auras. But as far as the chain itself, I can route it to a spot. It doesn't actually have to target an enemy. The thing is, I can't cast it through enemies. If I could cast it through enemies, it would all of a sudden become, I would say, about on par with, like, Firewall. You're my firewall. And yes, we can have multiples of them out. That's another thing that they can do. So we could do, like, chains around, like, 12 different directions. And if we can get some kind of, like, duration extension for this, I don't think we can. Because it doesn't say... Well, maybe it does. If we can get that up to several seconds. See, we can have multiple chains out. They're just not terribly great at it. So I think we do have some enemies in here. And it doesn't actually light up the zone that it goes into. That's a missed opportunity, because that would be really good for, like, a no light run. Drop out a bunch of the chains just off into the abyss. Let's see, can we get 4 of them at once? And see, that's what happens whenever you try to shoot it where you can't see. It just anchors to your ass. We can get 5 out at once. No, it just barely gets 4. Never mind. They're not terribly expensive, at least. It's actually cheaper than Miasma Bolt. Range is fairly decent. But if we, like, up here, if we try and get it behind this pillar, it'll either stop at the pillar, or if we click on the pillar... Oh, no, it didn't do it this time. Interesting. Range. I think this is going to become a lot stronger once we get Entropy. That is what I'm kind of leaning in towards. I'm hoping, at least. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to be very upset. I will be very mad at you, game. Okay, fellow can just go into our shared stash. We've gotten a few things on our little unlock sheet as far as not loot filter. It would be chronicle. There we go. We've gotten 1%. 8%. Oh, set items. 1% uniques and 5% of the rune words. I'll probably go through and just make all the rune words again just to get those, but there's so many bad ones. Like, you're gonna have to make a venom for that. Do you want a venom? Do you want to waste a Sur rune on that? Is this what you want? And see, it's not actually... it is damaging it. Never mind. It's just very, very slowly. Just never felt like it was actually damaging that. Okay, let's go follow our road. Next up is... What do we actually have left to do? Hammer. Yeah. Hit you. And see, what we can do is actually drag stuff through things like that. Like, if we drop it up here, this does significantly more damage. Oh yeah, we're on players 1. Never mind. That's what it's doing. Players 8. We need players 8, so we're still getting levels. I want 24 super quick. I know. What is it with me and tethers these days? I do think I want to make a tether spell. I just don't know what element I want to make it in the thing I'm working on. Now, one thing that would be cool, and there's not an item for it, I think it would be cool if there was, would be something that casts this whenever you are struck. There might be something that does it. Can you imagine this just like, even if it's like a 50% chance, just throwing these out as you run through like an arrow area? Yes. Okay, we are out of stamina because I have not been investing in my vitality. That tree cut us off. Come towards me, you fiends. I'm clotheslining them. This is taking some, like, it's taking a bit more concentration than I would like to use this effectively, because I'm have to thinking, okay, what's their pathfinding like? Which is something you usually don't have to think about that. Hello, fiends. Oh, we're already here. Hi.
It's locked.
Yeah, I don't have any keys for you.
These sisters succumbed so readily to the call of anguish.
Yeah, whenever they're in a corner like that, it becomes pretty much impossible to touch them either. But yeah, right now, I'm not sure whether a tether spell at level 1 would really be that great. I mean, you could have stuff like freaking Witch Bolt, I guess. Oh, and we do need to figure out which direction we're going. Hi, guys. Let's go ahead and drop that over there. Does this cut it off? It does. Okay. It's very odd to me, like, what actually causes the tether to break. I like my chains. Oh, for God's sake, stupid doors. Yeah, it just doesn't cooperate whenever it's stuff like that. I need the big AoE. It's what will actually make things reasonable for me to use with this. There we go. But yeah, see, they're not rooted whenever we get them chained. It's just, here's a bundle of stuff around you, and then as soon as you get like a line of sight break or something like that, they just don't. Yeah, if I could target it through enemies and actually just like anchor that guy, it would become really good for dealing with mobs like this. Because then I could just cast it at the shaman and sweep the trash. But right now it is absolutely one of those where it's like, okay, it's just hitting the front of the mobs. And the one that it hits is going to just keep coming towards me. You might as well just anchor it to the ground all the time. You fools. Because I feel like I'm fighting the spell more than the enemies that I'm casting it on. Cool idea, poor execution, I think is where I'm at on that one. And yeah, as soon as we got it on this side of that pillar, it broke. I'm gonna have to like practice seeing like what paths it considers illegitimate. Because we know it can't go through barrels. There's our stairs down. I'm gonna go ahead and get the malice just because I want to try infusing some more books. Why? Because I can. And see, it's not a length issue. We can actually get that pretty far out. Just a line of sight issue. What the hell am I hearing? Might need to go check what that sound is. Because it's a lot of sound. We're going to keep going miasma bolts just for more dangage. Oh, wait, I think I know what that is. Never mind. I forgot what day it was. Okay, so we're going to drop that back there and see if this works a little bit better. Go in full blaze mode. And yeah, I don't know why we're sometimes getting like these... Oh, I just dropped it at my feet chains, too. Come through my miasma chain, Smith. There you go. My tether does not have a length issue. It has a curve issue. Exactly. It's a fun interaction. It does play into the stealth builds. Yes.
Let's see what the
We got the Slanesh energy going on here. With these comments. Okay, as far as what we want gear-wise, I'm actually going to start tossing the shitty potions on the ground. We don't need them. They're just kind of in the way now. What we need is to murder ourselves a spider lady.
Oh my. Spider mommy.
Everyone just leaves.
simple cages.
You two side, but also being gremlins? No. They can be, though. But I do like making some cursed audio. Let's see. There we go. I'm trying to remember the path through here. There's the formation of each of the areas in this is fairly standard. You can usually just predict where everything is going to be anyway. cast this through a grate? That's a question. Yes, but I cannot go across the pillars, so it's kind of pointless. Hello, champions. Oh, the door is open, you guys. Huh? Like, okay, the door is literally open. You could go through it, but you are choosing to run at the grate. Okay. They smirt. I'm also in a bit of a cursed mood mentally today, just as a heads up. I don't know why, but everything today has been like a mix of like dirty jokes and just complete idiocy. Okay, so we got you bound. That was easy enough. Let's see if this Grand Charm's any good. It's probably not. It's absolutely not. And that was a shitty charm. Okay, so you go down there. Do we have another light one? I'm just skimming through these. Do not see one. Okay, so there's another light. That should be enough to, yeah, replace all the miners in our belt. Second, let me beat these idiots up. Let's see. Have they made Dirk into a Warlock weapon? I mean, technically, yes. Technically, yes. Although we haven't actually found the Diggler yet, funnily enough. Which is pretty uncommon for me. Usually, the Diggler is one of the first ones I find whenever I'm doing like ladders or solo self-found run kind of things. Okay, so that's just dead end. It's XP, though. Level 24 we should reach in Act 2. It was just a blue one, but it was there. Ah. Got my hopes up. And I should be able to make the... I don't want to promise it just yet, but I should be able to make the evil core thing. Should be. I'm not sure I can promise all the way out to May, but... it's looking positive for now. Speaking of cursed. Still on the fence as to whether I'd stick with the sorcerer or not, though. He's very much realizing he is not a general combatant. You know, you get excited for any item until it says bronze grade Dirk, and you're like, ah, okay. There's a lot of like interestingly useful items in Diablo 2 that you wouldn't really expect. But at the same time, there's also a lot of trash. At least in Diablo 2, when you find an item, there's a good chance of it being interesting. In like Diablo 4 and even Diablo 3, there's very few items that you find where you're like, oh, that's a cool mechanic, or that's a cool modifier. And it's just like, oh, that's 10% stronger, groovy. I'm not going to see anything on that unless I turn on numbers, but cool. That's one of the things that throws me off about it. It's one thing that a lot of modern action RPGs do very poorly with as well. Letting the enemies nuke themselves. Yum. I wish I could connect it to that freaking bat. Come on through. There you go. I think the other strategy they kind of want you to do is this kind of thing. But there's too many things that interfere with it to really make that a useful strategy. Like if we drop one, let's say there and there, as soon as we cross those barrels, it's gone. The desk isn't really a big problem. But that's the kind of stuff I'm watching for. Like, how really usable is this? And for the most part, this is a cool concept that is not executed well for Diablo, if that makes sense. The map design doesn't work with it. Grab those. Don't care about that path. You would maybe make a custom D&D spell like this, just an evolution of Witch Bolt in a way. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I might. I'm not gonna like 1-for-1 rip it, but this would be a good one for, I would say, psychic or some kind of void damage. Especially now that I'm getting good at adding damage types to Foundry. I'm really like, what kind of damage types do I want to add? So far I've only added like 3 and kept them, but how far in can I actually? There we go. Ta-da! Another skill level. Let's go for... I'm going to go for more of this. I'm going to kind of be going back and forth between these. Because I don't think we really want to focus in on just, like, one. Yeah, Witch Bolt is similar in effect in that, except it targets just the one creature. I like the concept of Witch Bolt. It's not really... It's not an optimizer spell, but it's a really good thematic one, if that makes sense. So that does make it fun in some respects. If I was playing a lightning-themed character, I'd 100% jump on that. Generally, though, I tend to play more fire and ice. Because those just, for some reason, my brain works better with that. But this one, I think the big difference would be you'd want it damages in that line. So I'm kind of wondering how I would actually work with that. And then just add a tether mechanic similar to how Spirit Guardian works. Every time the creature enters the tether during a turn, it suffers the damage the tether does. That would be a good one. And it might even just be a status effect. It doesn't even have to be damage, just a status effect along the tether.
I need a key.
I should note, Witch Bolt, I've only ever looked at the 2014. I have not looked at the 2024. They might have changed it. Okay, is there anything in there? There we go. I can cast it in there.
I need a key.
I need a key. No, you don't. There's probably nothing in there anyway. Okay, the straight path is going to be a weird one on this. I am noticing that when we get a good chain going, we can take out quite a few enemies. Like, if we get that chain just off in the distance, without it like tagging an enemy along the way, I can get a pretty good sweep going. I like that. Okay. Any other creature speed is halved in the emanation, and whenever the emanation enters a creature's space, and whenever a creature enters the emanation, it or ends its turn there, the creature must make a wisdom saving throw. That's the description you might use for the tether. Interesting. Interesting. That sounds like, is that Spirit Guardians? Or is that Spirit Gardens? Yeah. Just doing a back scratch real quick because I have a back scratcher. I keep forgetting that I have it. Be careful of the emanations. Ooh, my. I do wonder what's causing it to sometimes just like not actually cast at a distance. I think we were right here and we were trying to cast that way. Okay, so there is like a line of sight mechanic happening with these that isn't actually lined up with the pixel art, the sprite. I could see that being a fun one to do. This is very much like a damage over time effect as well. The thing is, I'm kind of curious how I would, because you don't want a bunch of just like area of effect things floating around all at once and with durations. So it'd have to be concentration. I know what I'll integrate this kind of mechanic into. For those of you that are wondering, I am working on something loosely based on D&D 5. It's based on the rules. And then I just heavily modified it to kind of work with the system that I was developing on my own that I just never was happy with the playtests of. The summon system is more of an action-driven kind of thing, where you are not necessarily summoning a sentient entity. Instead, you are summoning more of just a being that you control with your will, if that makes sense. So to attack, you kind of have to use your action to make it do an attack. Obviously, as summoners get higher level, they can command more things in one turn kind of stuff. Yada, yada, yada. I think that this mechanic would be really good as a summoner tied one. You summon something out, and you go and have it latch onto an enemy, and it becomes bound to them. So it's through your summon that you're doing this, rather than through, like, a spell itself. I think that will work. I'll need to test it. Conjurer was not on my list of first ones to make the module for, though. Because, yeah, the way the Conjurer is working in my system right now is they have a concentration amount. Obviously, concentrate on spells right now works as you cast a spell and you concentrate on it. There's some things that allow you to concentrate on 2 spells. This would work kind of like that, but they'd basically have 2 slots of concentration. You can summon 2 things that cost 1 slot each, or you can summon 1 thing that costs 2 slots. Your Kalashtar get a free healing spirit, quarry spirit they can summon, and creating the tether between the Kalashtar and the quarry would be interesting. Yeah. And yeah, one thing I was thinking of doing with this, I have a waypoint literally right next to us, and I'm coming up here like this, was having the summon that you can do basically give you, I'm trying to think of how to explain it, access to various buffs, but it costs you the presence of your summon. Your summon basically latches onto something, kind of like, I'm trying to remember her name. She was in the EA MOBA. But basically, she had like a key in her chest and stuff like that, and she would jump into other heroes, and you'd basically backpack on them, giving them a big buff while you're on them, and then you jump out and be just another character in the fight. So you went from being someone's shield to being someone out there actually fighting. I don't remember her name, sadly. Or I am what is known as a moron. But yeah, shared stash. We're starting to build up. In League, it was the cat. I need to play League again. Because back whenever I played League, they didn't actually have that on any characters. So now we have a stealth. That helps us out quite a bit, by the way. Because, yeah, regeneration on mana. Ooh, yes.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a ton of like cool mechanics and like MOBAs and stuff like that that could very, very, very easily be brought into the TTRPG space. And I think the game was called Dawn Gate. As long as League has Tarek, League has you. Now I'm gonna have to go look up what Tarek is. The ones that I played. I didn't actually play Tarek, sadly. I just looked him up. They look familiar, though. I might have actually seen them in the Runeterra game. League card guy. The one that I played was Twisted Fate. Quite a bit. He was considered a shitty hero, don't get me wrong. When I was young, I liked Gambit. Pink Tarek? Pink Tarek. Now, some of these images are cool. Couple of these are not stream safe. And I'm gonna leave that there. Some of these do have they've got quite the sling equipped. It's probably the best way I can phrase that. I'm gonna minimize that. Oh, back to the inner cloister. Got ourselves a Endariel to beat up. This build is starting to feel better. I don't think it's going to feel good until mid-20s.
Shadows churn with the touch of
Twisted Fate was fun when you could do on-hit builds. It's been so long since I played League. I'm on a low sodium diet. Why can I not cast that further than like 2 inches from my fecking face? That's driving me nuts. Why? Why, game? Dost thou keep interrupting my cast? Makes that spell so much worse whenever I can't actually cast it more than an inch in front of me. I think it is hitting the other critters, but I'm not sure why it is. Because it should be able to weave between them. And we are doing enough damage to actually kill these things now. You're a 2, that's why you play Stardew Valley for your sodium, so music mellows you out after eating dirt in combat. Ah. Oh my. I like Stardew Valley, but it's one of those that I've played it, and I'll play several hours of it, but when I put it down, I completely forget where I was in it, so I lose motivation to keep building that world. And I don't know why. I can keep up with what I was doing in, like, The Sims, and I don't know why I can't with Stardew Valley. It's kind of like a strange thing in my brain. Of course, my memory is shit to begin with, but that's an entirely different discussion. There we go. Sending out our tendrils. And I do, by the way, despite my like complaints about like some of its mechanics on this, I love the look of this, especially whenever I have several of them out. That just looks cool to me. Of course, it probably doesn't help that I only get to play it like once in a very rare blue moon. But yeah, stuff like Oxygen Not Included and stuff like that are other ones that I can kind of do the like super chill, just play for hours and just listen to the music kind of thing. There you go. Time to die.
I need a key.
So we need a key to unlock a useless thing. What's this? Ooh, fire resist. Nice. No, we're not going to use the crack tome. Hi, guys. How you doing? Oh, well. This is where we're at now. Ta-da! We got him! Against the Storm, Stardew Valley, and Tabletop Simulator. Jesus. Criminy. Me word good. Me talk human-like. I probably shouldn't talk like that. Just because, for some reason... Is it real? Okay, game? There is nothing in our way when I was casting those. Does she block it? She blocks it! Oh, I was not expecting that nonsense. Is there a distance limit? I don't think so. I would have to get one of my run setups to do this, but... There might be, but it is generous. There is a around a corner limit, though. What happens if I teleport? I do not currently have the teleport skill. We don't get that. Well, we don't get that until, well, this level if we actually wanted to go down that path. I'd have to respec real quick. And it would be line of sight. 0.8 second casting delay. I don't think it would break it. I'd have to find a place with a nice path. Found out that they had a Frosthaven pack, so you're very, very into getting a small group together to stream it and explain it. Even if you have to play the DM and let others play the game. I would have to refresh myself on the rules before I stream it personally, because this is a personal confidence issue for me, but... If I don't know the rules, I'm always afraid to stream it a little bit, because then it's like, oh, I have to be corrected on stream. I feel bad. Because I do sometimes hate being the guy that needs, like, oh, we're going to have to handhold you through this. Because you are feeling stupid at the moment. And I know that's not how most people perceive it. That's just how my inner dialogue, the same inner dialogue that does the nonsense like, oh... we do want to identify this. The inner dialogue that reminds you 20 years down the line about that one thing you did in high school that you're just completely ashamed of. Or that is like some kind of traumatic memory that no one else remembers kind of situation. Cringy shit we do when being replayed at full volume as you close your eyes. Yes, exactly. Exactly that. Boop. Why did this have to be shitty? We don't get very many rare ones of those. Why did it have to be shit? This should be a dead end. Yeah, it is. But I don't know why I felt compelled to check. See, you found a way to snap out of it, and it works for you for the most part, so you can at least suppress it. Ah. How do you snap out of it? Because that is a great mystery to me. The greater mystery than the machine that the Scooby kids ride around in. Let's go with that to there. This is not the way to the stairs, but I want XP. So I'll take a bit of a wonder. And I really need, what I need to do one of these days is actually get really caught up on recording and then just start like getting into a sustain mode. Like I've actually finally gotten there with my email. I survived a Next Fest without just completely dreading opening my email, which is something I can't say for the past several years. So that is a big plus. You basically say something completely outrageous inside your head spontaneously, which sometimes is even more cringe than it overrides the now you're just being silly way and moves on. You can't write the thing you actually say, but you sound like a child in your mind when you say it. Ah. I would say something extremely outrageous on stream. Well, more outrageous than usual, but let's not give people things to quote out of context. Emphasis, actually, I should say more things. Of course, I'm also the same person who says crap like, although I don't really find it as bothersome on my brain whenever I just say like outrageously silly things that can be taken out of context than I do whenever I am like, oh, this guy's gonna be a problem because he's a minion. Okay, so it's not you. There's mold poison. Hi. You're the one I need dead. Like whenever I do silly things like, hey daddy, and stuff like that, just to be the snarky one. Okay, so we have extra defense, which doesn't really do much for us if we're running everywhere. Not that it does much for us to begin with. Plus 10 strength is not bad. I think if we had the boots, I think it's boots. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's boots. If we had the boots, I'd actually probably mess around with that a little bit. But I actually do not remember. I don't use Hisaru's very often. Do the cringe thing. Enjoy life. I do find it interesting how when we cast this on an enemy and that enemy dies, it does just anchor to where they were dead at. And yeah, it does seem that it actually is damaging the one that it hits. It's not super well because they're just kind of like on the edge of one of the little fogs. think our mercenary is gonna die. Ta-da! I'm really surprised she didn't die to that. Blip. There we go. You know this methodology doesn't work for everyone, and it's because of your old past and what you have overcome, so it's a mantra of self-harm in response to cringe. The rational mind just takes over quickly and says, just for that, now you're being silly.
Don't be silly. Just. Goodness gracious.
Doesn't work for everyone, but it helps suppress and sort of dispel the cringe for no reason. Other versions include, you really were an idiot back then, but so was everyone. Weird thing to like stop and think about though. About, you know, people are stupid when they're young. No shit. The thing that really throws me off, the people I thought were smart when I was young, a lot of them didn't stay smart. Like, there's one person I thought was smart. He's now a religious fundamentalist. Like, in almost every bad way of the word. He was a Trump supporter, but isn't now. There's another one that I constantly butt heads with about bodily autonomy and stuff like that, because they also went down the religious fundamentalist path. Noticing a lot of them went down the religious fundamentalist path now that I stop and actually say it out loud. One of the ladies who, I swear to God, if she would have stayed on the path she was on, probably would have been working for frickin' NASA now. If not, the people that make the robot dog thing. DARPA. There we go. She could have easily gone on to do that, but she ended up falling in with a deeply religious crowd and became part of the Quiverful movement. Players 1. So, when I think back on my cringe stuff and how dumb I was, and then oh, there is somebody with conviction in here. Sorry, I'm concentrating a little bit whenever I'm doing my little tethers to deal with these guys, because I don't want to have to deal with them resurrecting every 5 seconds. I think we got them all. There we go. If you can look back on it and cringe, that means you've grown. Exactly. For the most part. There are people I know that look back on their childhood and are like, oh, I was such a heathen back then. Like, no, you were a human being back then. You just did the best you could with what you were given. And good morning, Hollow. How are you doing? Well, welcome to my rant. You have the reverse. You're a gremlin heathen shithead today. I'm a shit poster today, way more than I used to be. But I am not a... I don't know whether I'd consider myself a heathen. By religious standards in the country that I live in, yes. By my personal standards, no. By how I interpret religious texts, I'm not either. And yesterday you were more of an innocent child. Maybe they were smart during their studies, but only because they learned by heart what the book's teacher said. Possibly. One of them I know for sure was that way. One of them was in philosophy club with me, and she was one of the few people that was probably as stubborn as I was, but also could argue against their own points. That's something that took me until college to be able to do effectively. Argue against my own points. It's not something I like to exercise with people I don't trust, because if you don't trust somebody and you're arguing against your own points, they will likely take it as you being actually in support of those points. Philosophy Club is just lawyer club with us agonizing debates. I mean, that's the thing that really throws me off about her, is because we actually did have debates over that kind of stuff, and she's basically done a 180 on her actual opinions on it. Either they will capitalize or they will view it as you capitulating. Yes, that's why it's important whenever you're doing any kind of thing like that, you gotta trust the other party if it's going to be like a good faith debate. I'm going to try not to trigger Endariel until I've taken care of both these sides. Our mercenary is probably going to get completely wasted here. Okay, let's go ahead and get her coming after us. That should have triggered her. Come on. Goodbye, Endariel. Got her! From like across the screen. We are on players 1. And we are level 19. So a bit over leveled for Endariel. Okay, all of you can congratulate me. I'm going to the east because none of you have a unique dialogue for this particular character. We do actually have a starter weapon for the martial one, funnily enough. We actually have 2 starter weapons. We have Fell Oak, and we have Soul Harvest. We also have a spear we could use. So we have options. We also have Death Spade. We have starter options, funnily enough. We also have the Oathmaker.
Yes.
Probably never going to see the rest of that set. The rest of that set. Jesus.
Hello.
The envy you feel at this moment is jaw-breaking. I could go for a jawbreaker right now. Funnily enough. Yeah, it's very weird to see people who consume similar media to you as well actually just going the completely opposite direction. It does make me sometimes wonder, like, maybe I'm the wrong person. Then I see the things that these people are supporting. I'm like, nope, I'm not. Nope. You think a clump of cells has more rights than a person who has, what, 20 some odd years, if not more, of their life? You think that a woman shouldn't have the choice to actually get her freaking hysterectomy if she wants it? She shouldn't have a choice if she can get pregnant or not? Yeah, I literally know people who believe that kind of stuff. You wouldn't be a D&D DM without some good old imposter syndrome from time to time. I don't think I would be alive without imposter syndrome. I think it is so just like part of, like, it is in my blood. I don't think I have ever lived a day in my life where I didn't have second guessing about, did I I gaslight myself, basically. It's probably the nicest way to put it. Am I truly a dumbass? Yes, but not as dumbass as I sometimes feel. I do need to remind myself of that. Come on, you guys, come after. Oh, we're still on players 1. There we go. Now we're on players 8. Now, once we actually get through a crowd of enemies, probably going to drop it back to players 1, by the way. for Radamant, because I don't feel like dealing with that shit. But once we get through a crowd of enemies and get that anchored onto the revival guy, I think life is going to be a little bit easier. That one was just me missing. Okay, you know what? We'll just keep it on players 1 down here. Then we'll put it back up to players 8 when wandering the wonders. Yeah, that's also slightly tied to the kind of crap I dealt with growing up as well. I'm glad I swapped it to freaking players 1. He's literally just freaking right there.
Weak servants from a weak master.
No, there's nothing wrong with the discussion of it. I'm one of those people that, for the most part, I actually had a fairly okay childhood. But I do, at least in my opinion, I had a fairly okay childhood. I don't know for sure. I only have my own to compare it to. But I do have those random stories where people stop and look at me like, "Are you okay?" Like, yeah. One of them that always gets looked at, I still don't get why people do it. It's like, this was decades ago. It doesn't actively affect me anymore. I have grown past this one. But
Good day.
there was, this would have been, geez, middle school? I almost got expelled. Well, not expelled, suspended. It would have just been a suspension at that point. But yeah, I got in trouble. Just leave it at that, I guess. Because I threw a kid down some stairs after he broke my glasses and pulled a knife on me. Like, I get that your friends, your parents are friends with the principals, but that was like my first lesson in, yep, things are not going to be fair in life. You kind of just have to keep doing what you're doing.
Good day. They say that...
Oh. Yeah, it just doesn't do anything. Okay. What is D2 notify? There's do not disturb. There's friends. Oh. But oh, your online status was set to away. Did that actually change it on the BattleNet thing? Am I visible now? Yes. You're offline. I haven't ever played with the slash commands in this. Judge me. Okay, so we got that one done. That reduces the cost of actually having to do transactions. There are some stories I don't tell on stream either. Sometimes you just make the best decision in the moment, which is not the smartest decision at that point in time. Yeah. You do the best with what you got. That's just true of every point in life. That's all anyone can do. There are, of course, people who don't do that. Basically, they're focused in on just trying to get the most they can at that point in time. Is that probably the easiest way to go about life? It might be. But I morally and ethically can't. I just can't. It's like when old WoW players troll the newer ones that slash camp summons a campfire. Or oh, you're having lag? Try pressing Alt F4. It gets you in low latency mode. Right now we are actually getting frame drops though. Not in OBS, but in the actual game. I'm not sure what that's from. Do I have something open? No, no. Oh, I have that open. That wouldn't be doing it. That was from recording the thing that I just released 30 minutes ago. Although, I just noticed it didn't announce it on the Discord. Well, you know, did I set that to PM? I better not have set that to PM. Creator dashboard. YouTube Studio. No, it came out. Okay. It is not... It just didn't announce it. That's fine. It was another short. I mean, I grew up on that one. That has been... Jeez, I'm trying... That was in... We did that in Diablo 1 as well. So... These guys might be kind of fun to tether, now that I think about it. That guy we can't actually get a touch on. There we go. Got him. Enemies. Not that threatening. We're fine. I am actually, well, I'm not surprised that's causing the one bolt, but I think we've actually seen multi-bolts from the tethers, which actually surprised me because it shouldn't be enough damage to actually proc those guys, I don't think. Although it is a tick, so it might just be higher than I am thinking. How much damage is it at? Oh, it is. It's at 100. Okay. Why was I thinking it was lower than that? It feels lower than that. Burning Ring of Fire. I should probably pull out the data and actually figure out what the optimal level to imbue tomes is. Because considering we can use it with two-handed weapons, it might not be a bad idea to actually start farming those for specific mods. I just don't know what the level requirements for various stuff is on them. I mean, it probably follows similar rules to the Necro Heads, which we do know the data on. Necro Heads are not unnecessary craft, though. This is a little bit more open than the other ones, at least, so we actually can get fairly good sweeps and completely nuke our mercenary in the process. Are you all right there, mercenary? Here, take a potion. Don't die on me, mercenary. Don't do it. Not worth it. We don't care about that. I will go ahead and take the resist fire shrine, though. I kinda wish it was resist lightning, but it ain't. Should I go for an Act 2 mercenary? Probably. But hear me out. We got 2 pieces of Arctic. We're using full sets on this one. The Alt F4 one gets you to laugh every time. It is a classic. A lot of people don't know where QQ originated from. Also, I've been noticing that QQ has been dying off. Trying to think what other kind of like weird ones have been like floated around. She's lightning enchanted. She wasn't proccing.
Thank you.
Oh, that's why she was having trouble. She was amped. I will grab you. Yeah, for the most part today, we're just probably going to have a chill stream. We'll probably go for the full 4. I actually do have all of my normal stuff done. Like, I have the shorts done for this week. In fact, the short for this week just released. Oh, no, I didn't. My habits, they have bit me in the ass yet again. But, yeah. Let's go ahead and just slap those guys. We just wasted an experience shrine, you guys. For shame. The concept of necro posting has kind of vanished into the void. There's people my age that don't know what necro posting is, and that drives me nuts. I am old. I have been around the block. Like, I could understand if you were like 10 years older than me not knowing what it was. I could understand if you were like 10 years younger than me not knowing what it was. It was a very specific time on the internet. But if you were on the internet chronically like I was back in the day, you would know what necro posting is. That's just a recent, like, random Reddit conversation that I saw pop up. Those who don't know what necro posting is basically going to, like, an old-ass post and replying to it. It's generally considered rude. Newer reasons are generally going to be things like it's causing unnecessary alerts in a conversation that somebody just has probably no memory of. Whereas on forums, it was usually because it surfaced out-of-date information, because a lot of forums operated on, and a lot of them still do if you actually go to them, on most recent posts as opposed to like most engaged and stuff like that, because it was pre-social media. Your attention was basically on recency rather than on popularity. And I generally would prefer a forum that is based on recency rather than popularity. But I highly doubt we're ever going to see that again as a standard, because one of these makes more money than the other. Yeah, necroing. The original term is necro posting. Necroing, I generally didn't hear that until, I would say, the late 90s, early 2000s. Man, I think I just aged myself a little bit there, though. By pointing out that that was me old enough to be using the internet. Back in the ancient days. Back in the dark ages. Before dirt was dirt and stone was stone. We done did necro posting. Admittedly, I was... we want that.
Before the first light rose above the horizon, I was there.
I am older than death itself. I stare at death and say, young whippersnapper back in my day. Do I waste an imbubba? I don't think I want. We have 2 parts of Eisenarts. Although to be older than dirt is quite the feat. I mean, try being older than feet.
Oh, hi there.
Now I'm just thinking of the stupid crap about, we're gonna just try imbuing this. It's probably gonna be garbage. It is actually not awful. It's better than what we're using. So, away with ye. Back to the library we go. Yeah, Frank. The minute Frank walked on land, we knew it was a mistake. Of course, you could always be like shark old, which is older than trees, as we know them. Let's go get ourselves a cube, though. Nope. Dead end. Not even enemies in here. Wow, it's so much of a dead end, the enemies haven't even got lost over here. That room usually spawns at least a couple guys. That's a bit of an oddball. Possibly even an odd cube. How does a cube get odd? I don't know. It's got 6 sides. It seems pretty even to me. Bonk. Bonk. Oh, wow. That bonk did not go very far. Do you find that fascinating that there are organisms on this planet that are older than we ever imagined? We have to think about how old the Earth is itself. It's very strange. And then here's the thing that I ranted about it on Blue Sky recently. I want to say probably a week or two ago, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. I don't remember for sure. But I ran across somebody posting about like alien conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And you have to realize humanity. What is our current state of interstellar exploration and knowledge? Stop and think for a moment about how far along we are on that whole trail there. We just barely got our first spacecraft outside of our solar system. Voyager, and I'm forgetting the name of the other one. Actually, I don't know if the other one's out yet. I would actually have to double check, but I know Voyager is. Basically, it passed out of the Oort cloud. We have just barely gotten that far. For something to have found us in space from outside of our solar system, they would have to be that far along and then a lot more. Do you think that kind of interstellar species is going to have that much interest in an organism like us? I like how people think we are some kind of pinnacle of evolution, some kind of pinnacle of mental fortitude. We are just really smart apes. Do you go traveling to like the middle of, trying to think of one of the gorilla species. I'm trying to think of probably the best place, because there's Africa, but I don't remember where in Africa. There's, of course, other species in South America. There's some in the United States, but do you travel around the globe just to go share technology with an ape? No? Then chances are the aliens are not going to just come here and be like, here's our technology. It's what? Depends on the species and whether or not they have mirror neurons and possess empathy. Yeah. And there's also the fact that right now our definition of life is carbon-based, but theoretically there could be silicon-based life, among other things. But it would be very different from what we recognize it as. But there's all kinds of like these ifs and buts and stuff like that, that it's not a question of if life exists somewhere else in the universe. Statistically, chances are it does. Because there's billions upon billions upon billions of planets and stars. There's more galaxies than you can count, much less stars and planets within those galaxies. There's gonna be life out there. There's gonna be somewhere that lightning struck again. Question is, how far away is it? What kind of technology would they need to actually reach us? Would they even notice us at this point? Our communication is radio waves. Something that is interstellar might not use radio waves to communicate anymore. They might not have used it for a very long time. Because you get far enough away, you're gonna need something that goes beyond the limitation of wave-based communication. Even light would be too slow. So you'd need to find some way around that speed limit. So it starts to get kind of funky when you stop and think about the logistics of, oh, we've got aliens captured. No, the chances are, if there's aliens, they're watching us going like, look at this here. They're just, ain't he a beaut kind of situation. We are nature documentary victims, not the ones being contacted. If we're even like acknowledged as existing, we could realistically, and probably would be to any interstellar species, be considered so fucking primitive that it wouldn't be even worth their time to stop. Look at these apes punching each other. Is like, what? If life can exist here, they would exist elsewhere. Look at this backwater death whirlers on a universal blacklist. This is not a safe planet to travel to. Yeah, there's a lot of poisonous things, but it's also got humans. We have created the death line here. Now the question is, can we actually get in there and deal with the big bads up top? Okay, so there's all that dead. Let's go ahead and start taking these guys out. We got Devil Wound down. Ta-da! See, that's a situation where this was actually kind of useful to have. Okay, so we got Amethyst, Emerald. I saw Skull there and I was happy, and then I realized I was sad. Rejuvies. Nothing else worthwhile there, so let's take ourselves a cube and a skull. And now to organize our blasted inventory yet again, because we are now out of room yet again. And you get to go there. 10 life. Ooh, nice. But yeah, we are absolutely considered like Florida of the universe, I guess. That's where I'd put us, at least. We blow each other up. And technologically speaking, compared to like interstellar travel and stuff like that, we are probably very much in the same realm as apes flinging shit at each other. Okay, do I want to keep the 10 life one? Probably, yeah, we'll keep it. Just for the melee guy, because he's going to need it. So, anyhoozle, now that I'm done ranting about random shit like aliens, ooh, that's something to wander in on. I do love thinking about stuff like that. It's interesting to me. So is it actually ever going to amount to anything? No. Am I under some illusion that it's going to? No. It's just one of those fun things to stop and think about. Because it's one of those many ridiculous notes of our self-import whenever it comes to humanity. Just how egotistical we are as a species. Hey, Affit, how's it going? Welcome to my rants. How are you doing today? We do need to learn to get off this rock, and we're one celestial body away from extinction. Yep. The pessimist in me. There is a pessimist deep within me that is fairly certain we're gonna end up just blowing ourselves to Kingdom Come before, or making this planet just completely unable to be inhabited. If I can't find the right word with my brain going blip, I will stop and think of a new way to say it. But uninhabitable, that's the word my brain was going for. But yeah, if we make, I think we'll just make the world uninhabitable. Hey, Fartson, aka Mr. Bubbles. How are you doing today as well? We are the only species that has prescribed to ourselves our own importance. I think that is a communication part on ours. I would not be surprised if others, at least other members of other species, view themselves as important or more important than they actually are. Wouldn't surprise me. I think we are able to enforce our will to a point where it becomes a problem. Whereas, let's say a freaking cat, not so much. Oh no, I'm gonna knock something off your table. I'm important. It's not gonna be as important as I can make this planet uninhabitable. Level of nonsense. It's not that we're important, we've made ourselves a problem. But yeah, we're cats with thumbs. That's what we are. We are just the ego of a cat given thumb. Although cats are starting to get thumbs as well. Polydactyl cats. They're the future. This is single player. I'm mostly just messing around with the class because I plan to do a review for the DLC. I will never fucking call this an expansion. It is not a $25 expansion. It is a $25 overpriced DLC. Fun? Yes. Like the new character? Yes. Worth $25? No. No, it's really not. If I were to recommend, if somebody's wanting to get into Diablo 2, 100% just buy the Steam version for $40. Do not buy them separately on the Battle.net store. Don't go and like get $25 towards your freaking whatchamacallit version, the version you already have on there if you already bought Diablo 2 Resurrected. Just buy the Steam version. It's slightly more, and you have it on Steam, so it's easier to launch. You don't have to mess with stuff. Although, I think you do actually still have to make a freaking Battle.net account, unfortunately. Which I think is asinine. Kinda lets you make a burner account, though. But Al, Blizzard wants your money! I get mildly insulted. This is going to be a weird thing to get mildly insulted about. Whenever I catch people saying that, oh, you just want it for free. No, I don't want it for free. I do agree. The class bundle should have been like $10 or $15. I find them locking the stacked stash and stuff like that behind a paywall kind of dickish. But that's just me. Everyone has to have their own launcher these days. You joke to an extent. Actually, you might be serious. I shouldn't say you joke because it is true. It is 100% true. There are even indie games that have their own freaking launchers. Cold resist. Nice. I will take. Keep forgetting to go back to... You know what? Let's do this real quick. You like the updates they did with the stash? You've not tried the new endgame? I haven't bothered with the endgame yet. I hear they completely, like, borked the drop rate on Sunders, so everybody's very mad now. Even though I think Sunders are a bad design. I find it hilarious. I also think blanket immunities across hell is a bad design. But that came out in the old version, and they never bothered to update that. They should just add in an update. The class they could have had DLC, so you can just buy it. Yep. That is 100% what they should have done. This should have been free update. Get people hyped about the ladder by giving them these tabs. They got a little hyped about ladder, but not enough for everybody to switch over paying $25. Put the DLC at 10 or 15 bucks. Give everybody the tabs. Make the Uber Ancients and the class and the new uniques, sets, and rune words. Those can be the DLC. That would be fine. Yeah, I have a ton of hours in Diablo 2 as well. I have a lot of guides on Diablo 2 too. Those have actually been getting more views lately. Yeah, the Blizzard of old, in my opinion, and there's going to be people mad about this opinion. For me, what I consider Blizzard died while they were still owned by Vivendi. Then you have New Blizzard, then you have Activision Blizzard. Ah, you watch me and Dabrunsky. Dabrunsky seems like a cool guy. I never got to know him. He's one of... I know that a lot of people gave him crap for not being like, oh, hardcore enough and stuff like that. And sometimes getting stuff wrong. Everybody gets stuff wrong. I get stuff wrong. Llama gets stuff wrong. Everybody gets stuff wrong. Just gotta fix it and move on if you can. If it's an already done video, correct it in your future videos. Plain and simple. You only play hardcore? I generally only play hardcore on single player. I won't play it online. Because lag is and server stability are just big pains in the ass. But as far as like the content creator space around Diablo 2, I respect Dabrunsky as a person, if that makes sense. I cannot say that about a lot of other content creators in Diablo 2 and out of Diablo 2. It's worth noting the list outside of Diablo 2 is people like, let's use for example, Hank Green is somebody that I can respect. Is that gonna kill that? Can you not be hit by miasma, you little bastard?
Not enough mana.
Yeah, I can't hit him with ranged attacks. And I went all the way back and I still didn't do this. You like the druid tanky with no gear? You only play single player too? Yeah.
Good evening.
Okay, so we need to open this up. Go in here. Load this stuff up. How are we looking on... Oh, we're not quite there yet. We get to see what 99 happens, what it does. Does it throw up a warning? Does it just not go in? I am a Necro main. So this character is very familiar to me. He very much feels Necro-y or Necro adjacent. So I'm fine with it. If Warzak... hey... If DF gets freaking Diablo 2 and wants to do a ladder run, I'll join you guys. Just give me a heads up when it's gonna be. I am game for a ladder. I'm not gonna really care about getting super high on it, but because we've already seen people hit 99 and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm always up for a collab in Diablo 2. He'll never try hardcore. He'd be fine. Just make your corpse lootable. Seeing more D2 just makes you want to play more Grim Dawn to celebrate its 10-year anniversary. Didn't they just announce that they were working on Grim Dawn 2? For some reason, I'm remembering somebody mentioning Grim Dawn 2. That's like 5 or 6 years out or something like that. Some ridiculous amount of time to be announcing it, but... Go ahead and just toss those down the alleyway and just drop out that and that. Sorry, I'm concentrating a little bit because there's a lot of lightning coming in my direction. Get my ass mode. But let's see. Maybe, but they're just making a new class soon. Yeah, there is a DLC coming out for Grim Dawn soon too. It'd be nice if they somehow could spare single player saves with PC and console. Yeah, sharing it between the two would be nice. Let you play on Switch and then hop back over to PC. I would have bought it on Switch if that was the case. Funnily enough. I would have actually gotten it on Switch if I could have transferred characters between them. The single player aspects. But they did not. I wonder, now that you mention PS5, I'm trying to think if there is I'm trying to remember what it's called. The thing that you can stream from like your phone and your other computers with. Steam Link app or something like that for PlayStation. I don't think there is. But it would be kind of cool if there was. That would actually solve that issue quite a bit. Because then you could play it via essentially screen sharing. There is a remote play for Steam on PS5? Ooh. No, I mean like from Steam to a PlayStation. Like you could stream it from your computer to it. Because I can stream from this computer to my really shitty ass laptop. I just have to make sure that it doesn't like crash because resolutions, but I probably should have waited until after level 24 to do this. That way we could have had bigger AoEs on my asthmas. Okay, let's go that way and then drop chain in there. Yeah, the miasma bolt, a little bit expensive at the moment. Yeah, I really wish more tech was like cooperative with other tech. We're getting into very heavy walled garden territory again. Unless you get really heavily into open source stuff. Now, when Diablo 2 is on Steam, does the Battle.net single-player character share with the Steam version? I don't know. I have not bought it on Steam yet. I would imagine it saves at the same spot. Because your character's not linked to your install. It is just a floating file that the game goes, hey, what files are in this folder? guess what? We've got this. Let's do it. I shouldn't give them ideas for future games. To link your save file to your actual thing, that would be garbage, but I could see them doing it. But that's one reason why you could just literally take my character file here and just play it yourself if I put it on the Discord. In fact, I did that with a few characters, but nobody downloaded them, so I just stopped doing it. It was like, okay, if nobody's going to use these, I'm not going to bother with it. The only character file that anybody ever downloaded was the Sunder Charm one back in the day, whenever Sunder Charms first released. Let's go smack these. And now you can even transfer like your public test, like PTR characters into it. You know, you can copy the save files from Battle.net Launcher, yeah. But it should just work the same. It should save in the same location even. Because I highly doubt Blizzard is proactive enough, at least with the limited staff they've actually given this game, to bother actually making it so that I'm just gonna bust my way through here. But yeah, I highly doubt they're proactive enough to give it a whole new file structure and all that kind of stuff between the versions. Although they could be doing it as like an anti-piracy thing or incentive for people to only buy it on their platform kind of thing. I don't pretend to try and get into the brain of some of these companies because some of them are complete assholes. Some companies are completely awful. I know. Big surprise. If anyone is shocked by companies being awful, man, do I have a bridge over the ocean in Kansas to sell you. Let me get you that and oceanfront property in Nebraska. One bad thing with Diablo on console is the inventory screen. Yeah, I did one playthrough with controller, and I don't intend to ever do that again. Only some companies are awful. I mean, even good companies have their own little bits of awful. Like let's take Steam. Valve. Awesome company in a lot of respects. They do a lot for their consumers. They're very much proactive in dealing with like fraud and stuff like that and people stealing accounts. They are quick to fix this shit. And they're very good about it. They still have Gamble Simulator. Whenever it comes to things like, for example, CSGO crates and stuff like that. That is still profit maximizing at the cost of potentially some people with addiction issues. But they're definitely way better than a lot of other companies. And they're getting pursued for it in New York? Yep. It's not the first time they've been confronted about that, though, so. I don't think anything's going to come from it. If it does, it's going to be based on the fact that you can sell them for essentially real money. I have to say essentially real money because you can't really cash it out via Steam itself. You get Steam, essentially Steam bucks, which are just 1-for-1 with whatever currency you're in. Instead of just a fabricated currency. You hope they'll update that? Yeah. I'm assuming you're meaning the inventory screen. Yeah, That's the thing. Diablo 1, I think, is probably their best. This is PC first and transferred it to console release for Diablos. Diablo 3 and Diablo 4 were both designed for console. That's why a lot of the design decisions that are kind of weird from a PC perspective are in them. They were intended for console, and they show it. Go and get healed, and we need to go this way, I think. Hoping this is the right one. Otherwise, we're gonna just have a weird shaped maggot lair. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay, so nyom. And yes, I am trying to just get chains in there. Just so I can have just a wall of aether crap keeping anything from coming after me in here. Oh, I'm hitting the corner there. Okay. Can I please actually get an angle where I can hit you? Thank you. Now to throw these just into the middle of the room to deal with those idiots. Ta-da! We got it. Now to pick up mana potions. Minor mana potions, not worth it. Light mana potions. Topaz. We're looking fine on healing. Ta-da! You like the PlayStation version of Diablo? Yeah, I actually really did like it. There's a lot of quality of life things that are better on the PlayStation 1 than on PC. Like the speed up. 2x speed thing was really nice. You like Diablo 3 on console as well. Got the Platinum Trophy there last year. Only bad thing is there's no one playing it. Depends on which console you're on, too. Because on some of them, you can't even, like, update it. Thing that pisses me off about Diablo 3, by the way. Besides the fact that I had, like, the really weird, oh, you can play while it's downloading, and then all of a sudden it said my video card didn't work with it, even though I'd been playing it for a while before that, was that the always online aspect only applied to PC, not console. Tell me why that is. Give me a good reason. I don't want the reason of, oh, profit. I already know that reason. DRM, I know that reason too. I want the good reason. The reason that says we actually care about the customer. The reason that says there is a purpose beyond just. They'll say there's computing and stuff like their crap on there that's necessary. It's not. Steal your data? I mean, it's not even to steal your data. It's just to lock the game down. You have to confirm that you have a valid copy by connecting to the internet. Okay. Same reason this one has a 30-day check-in. Does it need it? No. Does it actually prevent any piracy? Also no. It's a barrier to make the stockholders happy, to make it seem like you are protecting the IP and the game itself from being pirated. That's all it is. It is performative, not functional. And I don't like using the word performative, but it 100% applies in this situation. And there's also the discussion of the old... I'm trying to remember what it was called. Real Money Auction House. There we go. The RMA. There's the discussion of that as well. I think if they were to release that today, they wouldn't get nearly as much backlash. Oddly enough. Which is kind of, I mean, expected, but... You notice the old security about the game just saying you align in a number, you must type out the word in that position? Those are great until you lose the manual. And you better pray you've got a digital copy of that somewhere. Or if you buy secondhand. I have a few games like that. Also, you can... Eventually, you just get cracks for them, so you can just type in butt. And it gives you access. Type in butt at launch, and you're good. It's the butt launch. Okay, so now we go back to Fur Oasis. You start looking for the path to the next area. Which I think is going to be on the bottom there, son. Yes, looks like it is. Not gonna do that voice too much, otherwise my brain is gonna get stuck on that very, very stupid skit about the black purse. Which is a very cursed skit. But I wager a lot of you know which one I'm talking about. I'm not going to actually say it on stream because it's a play on words that makes it sound way worse than it really is. And that would cause me trouble on the platforms. Okay. Oh, we got champions. Nice. Hey, DF. Howdy doing? I am here getting slowly murdered as a warlock again. I may have to name the melee one Lock War. There they go. How are you doing today, by the way, DF? You enjoying your Thursday? Bonk, bonk. Le bonk! It's okay. You just managed to sit down at the computer and prep real quick for stream, but otherwise all good. Oh, I am doing all right. I am looking for a snake in a dark hole. But beyond that, nothing too eventful. We're just playing with magic today. And people wonder what I won't say. Well, that's where we're trying to go there. I need to find the waypoint first. I will put up a tune portal. Be on our way. We're playing Tether McGee the game. One day you will, but yeah, it's not like you haven't played Diablo 2, but not the resurrected version. Ah. Well, like I told Bubbles, if you do pick it up and you need a collaboration thing, just give me a holler. And I'm always up for some Diablo 2 with chill people. Emphasis on chill people. I'm not gonna. I don't feel like doing PvP or try hard stuff, but that's one reason why there's some creators I wouldn't collaborate with. Another reason is there's some sketch people in the Diablo space. There's a certain one that recently got freaking suspended from Twitch. I don't know how recent it was, but he is currently suspended. At least last time I checked. Which is another reason why I generally won't just like raid random Diablo 2 people unless I recognize their name. That, and this is going to be another kind of like weird thing I've noticed about the Diablo 2 streaming space. There are a lot of people who are just like vaping and cussing on their streams. And I swear like a fucking sailor, don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about like, you can smell the menthols and the freaking Pabst Blue Ribbon through the monitor. Kind of stuff. Like bubblegum and beer. If they're vaping, and it's menthols if they're smoking.
Thank you.
Let's identify these boots. Are they made for walking? Is walking what they'll do? Not really, but they'll sell all right. Very chill gamer, at least in the ARPG genre, but you know Bubbles loves his hardcore and then curses the game for dying late game. I will sometimes drop a, well, that's fucking stupid. But I'm trying to remember the last time that I got really like actively pissed at Diablo 2. I did get mildly pissed at the summons for this guy, because my expectations of how they worked were fairly drastically different from how they actually worked. It wants you to have one strong summon rather than a few mediocre summons, so it's kind of like the inverse of the Necro. The Necro, you generally want to go for higher counts first, just to have more bodies. This one, you have to go all the way to level 10 to get it. So I was like, I'm grumbly about that, but not like actively pissed. When you die, you have just logged in now to create a new character. When did I get mad at the game? Gloam has entered the chat. Well, fuck Gloams. That's not me being mad at the game. That's me being mad at Gloams. Gloams suck. I know how to beat Gloams too, is the stupid part. It's just, I like doing solo self-found, and you never have that stuff for solo self-found. Put on T-Gods, and you're just like, I'm fine. Nothing to worry about. One time you did not play for a long time, that was when your 96 source died. Ouch. I don't think I'd have the patience to 99 again. I want to play too many different things to get to 99 again. Have a good one, DF. May your stream go well today. Thank you for the lurk. The lurkers make the Twitch go round. Yum, yum, yum. Yum. I need normal healing potion. Go ahead and drink one of them. Don't have any mana potions in there, so we'll just wait for it. Oh yeah, and this is the right path. Hi guys, how you doing? Ta-da! Oh, and we're out of keys. Well, for shame. Where are you at? Oh, there he is. I knew he was down here. I was just like, where the hell is this bastard? Come after me, Fangskin. Oh no, you didn't make it to me. Well, I'll be so sad about that. Do I have any good characters online non-season? Negative. My general practice online is gonna piss some people off. What I do is if I play a season, I will play that season. I'll have a bunch of characters built up on there, have their gear built up, have all that kind of stuff how I want it. End of the season, I make a free stuff game and I throw it all on the ground. That is what I do. I want no connection to the characters. I don't want to feel obligated to keep them around and keep playing them, so I throw all the stuff on the ground, wish people good luck on the non-season runs, and delete them all. Let's see, does this actually increase? It increases the duration. Does it actually increase the duration to where we can have more than 4 chains? Yeah, okay. So it does actually affect the duration of this, I think. So enhance entropy, I think, is going to be our biggest friend. Although it doesn't look like it's actually increasing the miasma radius. It just increases the No, it says bonus abyss radius. Okay, so it's going to just be abyss that gets that. So these just last longer. And this just gets bigger. Okay. So we can have big abyss. But no. All of my characters that I keep for extended periods of time are just going to be single player.
Just claw vipers.
It's something I kind of promised myself I would do after I lost pretty much all of the characters that I had back in OG Diablo 2. Because I had, counting the mules I inherited from other people,
How may I help?
and my own accounts, I had double-digit accounts at one point. Which, yeah, is over 100 characters is what we had. Of just mules and all that stuff. And I kept that logged in permad for ages. And then after I gave up online Diablo 2, I lost it all. Lost some items that were irreplaceable, like an old I think it was 1.08 or 1.09 Viscera Tuant, which was Necro Shield instead of Source Shield, that kind of stuff. And I felt kind of bad about that, and then I realized, you know what, if I just give it away, I don't have to worry about it. It went to a good home, and there's nothing else to be concerned about. And that was a lot better for my mental health regarding it. Okay, what else do we want? Nothing really. You still have your physical release version of Diablo 2 from the regular release. Never get rid of that one. I have my collector's edition stuff, but I don't know. I think it might have gotten lost during a move, unfortunately. I don't think I have the D&D thing anymore. I have a digital version of it, and I have the supplementary books that were released around that time, but I don't have the one that came with it. It's probably either in a box somewhere or got lost in a move, which makes me kind of sad, but it would have still been mint condition and all that fun stuff, except for the dice I used for Magic the Gathering. But I literally have the DVD from it right next to me right now. because I was watching it on my laptop. It looks so much better than the ones in this. But yeah, I was in the like beta tests and the stress tests for Diablo 2 back in the day. So I knew I was going to get the full game. I was like, this is something I need. So really, I think I'm going to go with this instead of that. For now, is this... we'll put that on the mercenary.
I'll put that to good use.
One thing they could add to these tabs would be a collection tab where I could actually stash one of each like unique set, etc. that I get. I don't need to stash a bunch of each one. I just need one of each. I'll keep the best stat one. Be on my way. We need keys. I'll get you. But yeah, my CD key for Diablo 2 from back in the day still works perfectly fine too. I know that because Diablo 2 does not run on my laptop unless I do it through Steam. Last time I logged into it was probably a couple years ago, but still. Welcome to the palace. Please do not touch anything. Okay, so we have the upper path there. Goodbye, fiend. I do kind of wish the AoE from this would get an increase. That way, as we invest in 24, it just still kind of slowly evolve into a fireball. Which is kind of how I wish synergies would have ended up working, but that would have required redoing everything in the game whenever they introduce synergies. Wow, I could not get a freaking chain between those blasted freaking pillars. Love the music down here, though. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one just in case something stupid happens. Because I'm good at the stupid. Yeah, this is frankly just muscle memory at this point for me. That's one reason why I think the chain thing throws me off a little bit, because it defies my muscle memory. Because I have to play it more like kind of an odd twist on Blaze, like I mentioned earlier. Light healing rejuve. We'll take the mana potion. Finish you off and let her handle that guy. Oh, we're actually full in there. That's nice. Does the Warlock have any good summons? If you invest in them, yes. If you are going to play a summon in this, at least judging by our first playthrough, they actually want you to invest in the summon itself. So you want to be investing in like Summon Goatman early with just like a point or two into Demonic Mastery and go with that until you get down to Bind Demon, and then you probably want to respec and go Heavy Bind Demon and then Demonic Mastery. Level this up afterwards. That way you have a lot of big buffs for them. They're kind of solid damage-wise and all that fun stuff. These you can bind even like super uniques and stuff. You can bind like Hephasto. So you can have a cursed fanaticism, extra fast Hephasto bound to you as just like your golem. So it has the potential of being the strongest summon in the game. And yes, it does stick with you between games. So he basically has access to the strongest one, but you have to go out and get it. His other summons, I need to test Defiler. Defiler is very... It puts a thing on the enemies, but I don't know how it works mechanically, and it does not feel impactful. But they're tanky. The Tainted gives you a fire resist aura. Generally, if you're going to be level 20 on Demonic Mastery, that gives you 3 summons you can control at once. So I would do 1 Bind Demon, 1 Tainted, and 1 Goatman. That's your 3 summons. So you'd actually have an okay little army there. You'd have the Goatman to tank. You'd have your Bound Demon probably to tank also, or to cast stuff if you get a caster one. That the Bound Demon can also revive things for you. It can summon things, etc., etc., etc. So you can actually have a small army that way if you go with the right thing. But yeah, Goatman should be your tank. And he actually gets Crushing Blow as well, which makes him good for bosses. But yeah, the summons are pretty good. You have Death Mark to actually teleport your stuff to where you want them. Summon Necro, in my opinion, is still stronger. For 2 reasons. 1, amplify damage. Against bosses, you do amplify damage and you get a Thorns Mercenary, and that just wipes any boss off the face of the earth, because as soon as they punch your minions, they do 400% damage to your minions, and they take even more damage back from those thorns, with amp damage making the thorns do way better damage as well. The other reason is that you can generally have a bigger army on the Necro to kind of make up for the slower attack speed, because the Warlock summons, they still have summon AI, which means there's only so fast each individual one is going to attack. So I think, in my opinion, as an overall summoner, Necromancer is better. On an individual summon level, the Warlock wins, hands down. There isn't a single summon that the Necro has that even comes close. Of course, I'm also... I should note that the Necro doesn't even have the strongest summon of the original classes. I would probably say, potential strength-wise, I just got into like a muscle memory and just went down here like there were stairs. But as far as summon power goes, generally I would put Bind Demon as easily the strongest. Then it would probably be one of the Assassin Shadows. Then Valkyrie. Or actually, I'm on the fence as to whether I'd put Valkyrie or Iron Golem as higher, because Iron Golems can get auras. So that's where it starts getting kind of questionable, but he's not even like the top 2 on single summons. Some Necro clears normal so easy, always when you get in Diablo, Nightmare difficulty hit 1 hits your skeletons. There's a few tricks to it, and really with the later patches, I don't know which patch you played last, but the Necro summons are actually not as fragile feeling as they used to be. Back in the day, at least. Now, Resurrected to Resurrected, they haven't changed that much. That's going to be not Cathans, that is Siverbs. I don't know why I was going to call it Cathans. was like a year ago, then it's about the same strength. The trick with that is you want the mastery. And you also want to get summon resist.
What remains of Horizon's mind?
Nightmare difficulty, I would get an Act 2 Thorns Mercenary until you've beaten the game in hell. Because that's going to speed up a bunch of stuff. Have we gotten Civerbs already? I don't think we have. No, we didn't. You had the Act 2 with the Might Auras? Yeah. That's good for after you've gotten equipped up. Like, if you're farming just trash mobs, skeletons are perfectly fine. If you're farming bosses, you want Thorns. Like, if you're farming Diablo, Mephisto's a little bit of a pain in the ass because he can sometimes get into bad patterns where he doesn't actually attack. Like, whenever he's doing, like, his Poison Cloud and his Ice Ball and his Lightning bullshit, and he's just, like, moving away to do it, you can sometimes get bad patterns with him, and he just is a pain in the ass. If you're having trouble with any bosses and your skeletons are just going down because you're getting a bad pattern, just keep the Clay Golem up and drop amp damage with Thorns. And just, sometimes it'll take a while, sometimes it'll take, like, 2 seconds. Once you're geared up, though, with, like, fanaticism and all that stuff, auras from your mercenary and from yourself, you can usually get to the point of where the minions are going to be tanky enough with your plus skills and all that stuff to use the Might Aura and just drop enemies that way. Personally, I think probably the most underrated option for mercenaries once you're at that point is actually a Act 2 mercenary with Might and Infinity. Because Conviction improves the chance of your guys to hit. You can't actually improve their attack speed a lot. So you're often better off just guaranteeing that they hit because of their AI delays. You still don't have an Enigma in single player. The one you can reach hell with bad gear is the Wind Druid. Yeah, Wind Druids are actually really good for initial gear. Sorceress is still the best because you can, like, boss farm for the uniques you need. I would say if I were to choose an order for the original classes to do stuff in, I would probably do a Hydra Orb Sorceress first, switch her over to Blizzard to farm bosses, and then I would do probably a Paladin after that to start doing Ubers, and after that it'd be Necromancer or possibly Druid for some just swarm farming. Or even doing, like, whatchamacallits, Terror Zones. Yeah, Paladins are indeed the Uber driver. In every sense of the word. They drive those Ubers mad because they have Smite. Half listening and heard that. I mean, it's an accurate call. I actually like playing Paladin. I'm not a fan of the meta Paladins. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say. I like playing all the different, like, forms of Zealot. It's one of my favorite melee variants. But I also understand that Zealot is, like, B tier, just fun to play, but not necessarily optimal. It's the first time we haven't gotten it first try. You really want to try to platinum trophy it? Get ready for one hell of a grind. If you're wanting to platinum trophy Diablo 2. Because unfortunately, Diablo 2 has the level 99 hardcore challenge, which takes a lot of time. You only play Paladin, Assassin, and Grim Dawn? Got Earth Dawn on the mind. But you think you can use your online hardcore for that one? Probably. Yeah. As long as you can survive. I mean, it might be faster to do it on... Oh, Lord. On single player, because you can do players 8 and just kill things by yourself, but... I'm just always afraid of, like, oh no, the server went down and I'm dead now. I've had that happen to even super tanky characters in the 90 plus range. Do I go? Not wait until we get freaking Abyss. Abyss looks fun. Gonna be big. The only monster I can't equip for is the lag monster. You don't play hardcore characters on servers for that specific reason? Yeah. I would do it for a special event. I'm not going to do it for myself. Because, yeah, it's not worth it. You're just tired of playing Blizzard Source, would like to do anything new with your source? If you had really, really good gear, you could do a Nova Source. They are actually tankier than Blizzard Sources, but they require very specific gear to get to that point. And probably on hardcore, I would do the Whiz Spike variant, which may not stagger enemies, but is very near immortal. Very nearly immortal. Not completely. Not guaranteed, but very nearly. This is starting to grow on me. The tentacles from hell. Oh, come on. Let me target him. There we go. And yes, we are still on Players 8. But yeah, I'm not a big Blizzard Sorceress player in general. I do not find them particularly fun. I am much more, if I'm playing Sorceress, it's usually going to be something a little bit more esoteric. Either a Nova Sorceress, a Chain Lightning Sorceress is fun. Hydra Sources are fun. Meteor used to be really fun for me, but that was back before they kind of nerfed a lot of Sorceress stuff. That was back in the Lord of Destruction days. I'm just stretching. I'm going to get a drink of water real quick, though. Because my voice is feeling old. set up our chains and just go for it. I feel like a little bit of an Eldritch Abomination dropping these out like an entire screen away. Because we're able to like engage them before they engage us. Come on, there we go. Yeah, we do have the mana potion to replace it.
I can't carry anymore.
Are we really that full? Not really that full so much as just have crap in our inventory. Let's see. Did we get... Yeah, we're getting rid of all the lower crappy ones as well. I'll toss those over there just so I can drink them. They'll be in their future whenever we actually need them. Now, one thing that is kind of rough about this game for me is I actually do find it very relaxing. So after a few hours, I do kind of just get like the bleary I am half awake thing going on with it, where I'm just kind of going through the motions. Because I do not find this game difficult. It's fun and it's relaxing. But it's not hard. Ooh, that's actually not a bad small charm. Like, I would consider using that on certain kind of gimmick builds. There's our mana drink. Load that back up, and it is. We got it second try. So we're actually well above the curve on finding the right path. Judge me. Judge me, you fools. Did we just... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did we already kill him on accident? Didn't think we had. Gotcha. Seekers of the Tomb of Talrasha, your symbol is the downward arrow. See, it's the symbol of the downward arrow. Goodbye, good lord. Which, if I remember correctly, is up this way. Nyong. Throwing out all my tentacles. Oh, it was a ring. I don't know why I was thinking I heard a gem, but no, it was definitely a ring. Very distinctly different sounds, too, is the bad part of that. Okay, so that's the star, so it should be here. Boink. Okay, let's go ahead and get our next level up, which is going to be more advanced entropy. Do we have... Yes, we do. Okay, so we got you. Let's go ahead and get down this way. Oh, you're still alive in here. Can you not be? Can you just cease to exist, sir? I don't appreciate your bullshit. We are doing enough damage to reaction lock them already, by the way. That's one reason why I'm more concerned about getting a duration up than necessarily boosting the actual spells themselves, because we're already running out of mana on this, which is mildly irritating, but not like the end of the world situation. I heard a jewel, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. Okay, so we do need not minor healing potion. Minor healing potion is ass. We need normal healing potion. Light healing potion. We need mana recharge shrine. Don't care about anything else here. What are you doing? Oh, you're trapped. Okay. By things that cannot actually hurt you. Lovely. Good job, my minion. That-wise, I'm going to go and get a little bit more health. Our health grows a lot faster than I was anticipating for this class, by the way. I don't know why I keep picking those up. It doesn't serve a point. They're not actually doing anything for us. Yeah, I have a feeling Abyss down here is going to be our big go-to. Oh, there we go. I'm adjusting the fan, if you're wondering what the noises are. Because I am getting very, 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 very warm. Because I live in Satan's ass crack. Ugh. Okay, so that has radius of 7 yards. Got him. As long as we have them ensnared in our chain, we will eventually win the battle. You go in there, you come down here. Oh, Lord. Stretch. Don't know why all of a sudden I am so very tired. Besides the fact that it is warm as balls. Let's see. What do we actually want to do to take things out? At least nothing's too terribly scary. I will have to drop it back down to players 1 for dealing with Duriel, otherwise we're going to be there for a year and a half. We do not have the same amount of damage as we had on the fire run. I know that's a no shit thing, but my guys. My brothers in Diablo. My brothers and sisters. We do not. I repeat, we do not want to deal with that. You flawed. Flawed. Seriously, I don't want I should probably turn on a loot filter. Not gonna. I am stubborn, if nothing else. Come by it honestly. I will stick by it honestly. Do I think I'm going to get very much past Duriel today? I don't think so. I know I said I was probably going to go long today, but I am very tired all of a sudden. Might just be because I'm getting freaking old, too. I need an old man nap. Back in my day. It's also probably because I've been up for so long. Let's see. Nothing too scary there. And we eat through them with that. Not old time is just catching up with you? No. Back in my day. Look at this telegraph. Maybe it'll make you laugh. Dot, 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 dash. Gonna be a pain in the ass. I don't even know what letter I just said in Morse code either. So judge me however you want. So it'd be dot, 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 dash. So that's 5 dots and a dash. Is what? Morse code. Okay, Morse code translator. Sure, why not? It'll be Sue. Or if they're all one, not valid Morse code, but can be played anyway. Okay. 5T is 1. H-A. Oh, it could be ha. Ha. Ha 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 ha. So 5 dots can just be H-A. Yeah, we can work with that. I totally intended that. You don't know Morse code, but you always love Morse code Easter eggs in games. I like binary Easter codes in games a lot, too. Being of just, like, fun little things that you're probably not going to know just off the cuff, but if you go and look them up, it's like, I know what I was looking for. I can plan around this. I can find a translator for it. Okay, did this book have anything good on it? Miasma, Rancor, and Summon a Tainted.
You must. Hello.
You must slay the fall. Oh, you already slayed the fall summoner. Okay, fine.
Fine. It's okay.
Oh, wrong the buttons.
Impossible.
We've hit 99. Got 99 bottles of Juvenism on the wall. I can't really think of a good way to 99 bottles of Rejuvies. NPC, whenever you do their quest in advance, am I that useless to you? Yes. Yes, you are. They are all of the useless variety. We only have 2 more levels until we can wear lore. Until we can wear our lore-accurate helmet.
Am I a joke to you?
Why, yes, and a quite humorous one at that. Your face is humorous. Your butt twice as so. How would I'm not sure what the appropriate reaction to somebody saying your face is humorous is. Because that feels like an insult. But it very much might not be. How are you supposed to react to your face is humorous? Okay, next fight is going to be there and down to there. Still don't know what, like, all the mechanics of the miasma and stuff are. That's another dead end. We are going down every dead end. We get freaking Arcane Sanctuary just fine. Everything else is just like, I'm lost. Help me, please. There we go. Whack, bang, straight in the kisser. Oh, we are not having a good time there. Something has, I think, super poisoned me, by the way. Which kind of sucks. Oh, yeah, we don't have a healing potion on us. We might die here. Can I get a healing thing? Because we are currently still super poisoned, I think. I think there's one here. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're super poisoned. It's not going to expire until we get in here and, you know, actually click on somebody.
Greetings.
I hate it. I hate it. I really bloody hate it. A simple warlock doing warlock things. Exactly, Hugin. How are you doing today? Are you Hugin or Mugen? Or are you Hugin or Munin this day? Ask the questions that really matter. Have you been playing the Dulce? Or have you been... Or did you skip out on it? I'm guessing skipped out on it. Both at once at the same time. But yeah, there's quite a few people I know of that are like, it's too rich for my blood. I'm glad that they got it, but kind of situations. Doing all right? That's good to hear. Good to hear. Where did you come from, dumbass? How did I not see you there? Or did you come walking out of this place? We've got you. Oh, hi. Get you. They're going to be magic immune in hell, by the way. If you really want to torment me, try and convince me to actually play magic in hell. We need to get this guy down. Did we get super poisoned again? I hope not. Feels like it, though. Not super super, but just enough to be not duper super. Nah, you haven't bought yet? I'm doing pretty well. A little bit tired, but that's because I've been up for a while. We're closing in on 3 hours on this, so it's been a fairly decent length stream, though. Usually I try for 4, though.
Good evening.
Bonk. I should probably just get antidote potions, but it's fine. The ant dots. They're very tiny damages over time. They are the antidotes. We have the, like, magic invisidors. We are getting our chains cut off arbitrarily as well. There is something right here that is blocking our chain. And being a bit of a pain in the ass. How was Maggot Lair with the chain skills? It wasn't bad. I mean, it was not as easy as a Bone Spear Necro, but not as bad as a Fireball Sorceress. If that makes sense. Somewhere between those two. How bad is the poison? It's poison for Cusco. Sorry, the poison for Kuzu, or whatever his name was. I completely forgot his name all of a sudden. Hi guys, how you doing? Cusco. There we go. Oh, Hammerden is freaking awful in Maggot Lair. Do not wish that upon me, please. Okay, so we need to put this onto players 1. It's a 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. 2 can be as bad as 1, but the loneliest number is the number 1. Just start singing it even worse than normal. So, do we think our chances against this guy are terribly great? Probably fine, actually. Here, give me goat. He's the goat. He'll stop it for about 1/3 of a second. Oh, you're not even going after my goat. Die, bitch. Oh, we got Vidalas. That's actually not a bad amulet. Sweet. Sweetness. It's very awesome. Just like amazing even. Ta-da. The tutorial down. Been using same dagger since level 6, and we're already level... What level are we? 25.
Damn it! Terror and destruction will not elude me forever. The Ark.
Terror and destruction will not elude him forever. Yes, it will. You are not canon in this universe, you weird, weird little man. We are going to keep Vidalas. I am just kind of like keeping one of whatever we find. We haven't transferred over any like actual items. We've only transferred over some runes. Come over, there it is. If we've transferred over some runes, namely Rawl up through, I want to say Dole. Yeah, Rawl through Dole. I did transfer the IOs as well. But I think I want to get to level 27 before I call it a day, though. We need to talk to Jaren. Jaren, we've come to talk to you, Jaren. It's the poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. It's miasma's poison. Asthma for poison.
Greetings, Jet. Hello.
I need to memorize the triangle party speech, by the way, and just start doing that in the middle of stream just to like mess with people. Just go into like the triangle party spiel from Paprika in the middle of a sentence.
Welcome.
Actually, is there a text version of that? Let us see. Let's see. Is he the scientist? Paprika movie. Trying to find it is somewhere is. Hopefully it's in the quotes. That is part of the quote. Yeah, they don't have the good quotes. They just have all like the dream quotes. Ah, the sun during the midday will light up the night. Yada yada yada. Those are whatevers. Let's see. That is not the one. Need to find the guy's name. Because he is... Let's go to just Paprika in there. Yeah, I would actually have to, like, sit there and search for a while to find it. But I love the speech that he gives whenever they're in the office about the dancing fridge and all that fun stuff in Paprika. Maybe I should just watch the scene and transcribe it so I can randomly do it during the stream and see how many people notice it and are like, are you fine? Are you okay? We're currently on an ad break as well. That's one reason why I didn't feel too bad about looking for that. Can you repair stuff? We don't need you to repair stuff. Groovy. Our mercenary died. Paranoia agent now.
Hello there.
There's good animes out there that I think are extremely underrated for what they are. Yeah, we'll just keep her around. Paige, you're sticking with us. Mainly because only aura we need would come from a weapon we haven't made yet. That would be an insight.
Do you have much insight to the problems of the world?
No, sir. I do not. All I have insight into is the fact that I like pizza. But it has stopped liking me. You are what you eat. I eat pizza. Therefore I am round. And the fact that our blasted summons can block our chains is hilarious to me. Annoying, but hilarious. But I would love an ability that just makes us cast like this. Pretty much just constantly as I walk. This is an awful skill for controllers. I can already tell you that, by the way. There is no way that feels good on controller.
I've seen fools fall under less.
Like, I can't think of a single way that the chain feels good on controller. Because it is so positional based. Summons probably feel good and the AoEs probably feel good. Let's go. Do we go more enhanced entropy? Hmm. It says it's giving this more radius, but it's not listing it here. That's making me mildly nervous that we're investing in this for nothing. Because that could suck a little bit if we really are just investing into it for absolutely no reason. Other than possibly longer duration chains. The longer duration chains might be good if we end up continuing to use chains. Now, we can just basically deny entire bridges, especially if we do this with summons. Because as soon as they break through our weak little summon, they'll end up just getting nuked by the ever-present just wall of chains. But they have to move forward to get to it. Part of me is wondering if that ability is going to actually give us an up at a certain level, because why else would it list it? Because it's essentially Miasma Mastery. So I'm slightly curious as to where it's going to get the reason for showing that. And yes, I do want to go back here and check, make sure there is not a path this way. Don't think there is, because it looks like that was a hard... Yeah, that's a hard block. Yeah. No reason to even go back there. I need the eye of the spider. It's the king of the fight. I don't know why I've been in a musical flair these past... Actually, it's been about a week. I've been in a bit of a singy mood. What's that? Come back to me, you fool. That one will sell for money. We'll take it. I'll take that. Are you serious? Yeah. Why so serious? Because I'm having to fight a bunch of screaming little guys. Yoink. I don't think this is even a cave of any size. No, oh, never mind. Yeah, we do have one. We got the spider cavern. We can at least get the spider eye. We're already halfway to level 27 as well, which is going to be our lore. Would you like some lore with your pain? Why does my preview sometimes just go like bork, 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 bork? I'm not dropping frames, so it's entirely on Twitch's end or on my software's preview window. Got him. The Zackles. Time to meet my shackles.
Impossible.
That is not impossible. You just didn't stack it properly, you dumbass. Ow, I forgot they actually hurt. Got him. Okay, so mana potion, get out of the way of that nonsense. Grab Khalim's eye and get the hell out of here. We got Khalid's eye. Yes. Tastes like a sad Jahira. Man, some people who have played a variety of games from the late 90s, early 2000s are probably mad at me now. Okay, Goatman, you're going down, so I need to get you back up. Okay, we're heading to the east. We're at least going to see if we have a skip or not. If we don't have a skip, I might actually like call it a stream and then just go and get the waypoint off camera, but we'll see. Oh, we've actually, well, we might have a skip. This is probably going to be the waypoint, but do we actually have... I think this could be either a skip or this is going to be into the marsh. Oh, never mind. It's still Spider Forest. Okay. Did I miscount how many slots over we were? Very likely. And that's Great Marsh. That means if we have a skip, it's going to be down this way. I have a feeling we don't have a skip. You know what? I'm gonna stubborn through it. Watch us have a skip and have this be a dead end marsh, which is another possibility that can happen. That's one thing that I never understood why it is just this area does that. It always felt a little bit on the strange side to me. But basically, you can actually have the progression areas dead end if as long as one of them is willing to go forward. So what games has everyone been playing lately besides Diablo? Oh, no. Oh, wait, we actually have good lightning resist. Never mind. We have 75%. No, we only have 42%. I thought we had 75. Grab that. Let's go sell something real quick. Okay, I need to sell stuff to you, Old Man Willikers. Which means that we need to move these around so that we actually have them organized where the sellable stuff is in the right position. Both of those are getting sold. They're getting sold here. I don't care about waiting until later for it. Mostly been playing Darksiders, almost beat that. You've been enjoying the updates to Field of Mystria that you mentioned earlier in the week.
Well, breathe.
We're about to get 20 extra life. Get 220. As opposed to 2020, which is high level. But yeah, the growth rate on this guy is confusing. It always intrigues me what games tend to stick around and which ones don't as well. Because there's a lot of games that are really good that just kind of disappear after a month. That's always a shame. But yeah, I still need to go look at Fields of Mystria. Let's go do that real quick. Fields of Mystria. So I actually will have it just on my thing. There we go. Burp. I had it open last time you mentioned it. I think I lost it whenever my power went out yesterday. Kind of sucks. I actually lost a lot of windows in that. We're thinking somebody somewhere hit a power pole because it was just a really harsh flicker, then out, and then it came back on really soon after. But that happens a lot. Whenever I was fairly early on when I was living around here, someone like freaking ran into the power pole just like right next to us. So it was like, lovely. No such thing as, and it's an alleyway power pole too, is the hilarious thing. So they ended up just like smacking into that, and it was just like, okay. How did you manage that? What kind of morons are you? This is not even a area with a... I don't think this is going to be the waypoint, because they wouldn't spawn this close to the waypoint. So it's going to be a... whatchamacallit? Not a brain fart. It's gonna be a gold chest. There we go. Lovely. We got a grand charm in there. Our goat is dead. Is no longer the goat. Do I care about summoning another goat? I mean, sure. It doesn't hurt anything. Hurts my mana ever so slightly. Is it good? Not really. 20% extra gold from monsters slain by you. And viewers like you. So this is probably the waypoint for here. Do I actually have anything good against these guys? Probably not. I don't think we're going to be able to exploit any kind of like low resist or anything like that. Because we are truly masters of magic. There's our Great Marsh waypoint, the waypoint I pretty much never get. Because Great Marsh sucks butt cheeks. I'd actually much rather re-roll the maps than go through this place usually. Because of these guys. They are my mortal enemy. Fortunately, they're undead, so they are technically immortal. Could I do the little magic find thing? Probably. Am I going to? No. Because I can't be arsed. It's normal difficulty. It is not worth sitting around and trying to pull that crap off. Don't care about that one. So this should be Flare Jungle soon. We'll be able to get past Gloams. Whenever we stop seeing Gloams spawn, that means we're getting close. That is another point into this. I'll avoid getting, like, the quest essentials, by the way, until you guys are watching, if I do end up just doing, like, okay, I'm gonna go get the waypoints off camera. Where is my path to the next area, you bastards? It's driving me nuts. Let's go and get some more life. I had to scratch my arm there. Sorry. Looking at space-wise, we've got that, which is, not good, but we'll sell it. And you guys get less swapped. Fairly certain it wouldn't be a down path in that. But I could always be wrong. I've had weirder crap happen, but I don't think it can actually spawn a three-way exit on those. But you never know. Where else would the exit be at this? It could be there. To the northwest. Fairly certain it can't be there. Yeah, we're gonna go to the more likely one. I mean, this one is super close, but I am fairly certain this can't be it. Because I think this is going to be the local dungeon. Wipe them out with all of our chains. Even the Allison chains. Yeah, it doesn't go down, so it has to be up over here. I don't want to have to wander through this place like a million freaking times. So that's a reason why I am pushing through this come hell or freaking high water. Or low water in the case of a marsh. But and we'll take some resists. For you, yay, Flare Jungle! We can actually get one to spawn. Our stuff should actually be good. It's a matter of getting it to spawn. Because we got so many enemies clustered up that we can just clothesline anything we want. So we have a Grand Charm there. We can actually pick it up. I will do that. Max damage and attack rating.
Impossible.
you have room? Nyeh. Ooh, 8% enhanced damage. We could throw that on the melee version of these guys. I am going to have to drop back by town and get rid of some crap, though. We are running out of space very quickly. So shared goes var. This goes in var. And then we sell this crap? Yeah, we're gonna sell that crap. I don't really care about having a large resist charm, especially whenever it's kind of... Oh, it's not even a resist charm. It is just literally a poison charm. Cute. I have failed you all. My memory is shit. Let's get you. All of our paths in here should be either left here or up. Okay, so it's not going to be there. Because it won't cross zones because it has to happen on the grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be dropping chains behind me, and we're going to be looking for upward paths. Yes, we are literally blazing. Where we're going to cast it and just run the hell away. I'm not even caring if we're missing, like, drops for a minute. We can come back for them like this. We can just grab the flawed amethyst after we take care of the stuff up ahead. And it's not a problem. Mostly what I want here is the waypoint, so I don't have to worry about going through the other area. So I'm hoping this is waypoint up here, but I think it's going to be... yeah, it's the Gidbin. I'll grab the Gidbin. I'm going to come back for the Slayer Temple. Those out. Can the mercenary please stop blocking my chains? Thank you. Ta-da! Easy enough.
What a relic. Almost might know what purpose it.
But yeah, the path down into there is going to be through that portal right there. I don't think we're going to get to that today. I'd much rather just get the waypoint. We could always just go straight east for the waypoint, but that would be a longer walk back, although it might still just be a long walk if we don't find it nearby. Because this is the entire zone. The place it could spawn is... Yeah, it didn't spawn there. Probably missing drops by just running away, but I don't care. If I really, really needed something to progress, I can just transfer it in from the old characters by making them into ROW characters. Wrath of the Warlock, brought to you by Nabisco. This is a crispy cookie. Oh, that is the path forward. Okay. I heard you drop amethyst. I will probably take like a actual proper look at the loot filter probably whenever we move into Nightmare. Right now, it's not super important to me. I need to be picking up healing potions. Oops. I mean, we have a ton of them around, but I keep forgetting to pick them up. This is probably the waypoint. Ta-da! And yay, we got the waypoint. And it's relatively close to where we want to be. So we can go get the not the eyeball, the brain tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday. Today's only Thursday. We'll have time before we have more time with a Gablin and Booger's Gate 2, because that's going to be Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We've been going for about 3.5 hours. That's a pretty decent stream. Meanwhile, you put the loot filter on the moment you have the most basic weapon that works for whatever build you want. See, we don't have the most basic weapon for what we want. We're using a very crappy dagger. It's very, very crappy. Let's go to Twitch and see if there's anybody doing anything interesting today. We, of course, do have a DF that we could raid, but we've raided DF recently. It's actually Diablo 2 Resurrected. See if there's anybody I recognize streaming. I don't know if there's gonna be. We're not raiding Llama. I know there's a lot of people that like Llama. I don't mind Llama as a person. I don't want to raid into it and see all the hullabaloo around it. Most of the people that I normally would watch aren't on, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to raid. Who have we not? There's a lot of people streaming right now. It's just, who do I want to raid? Going back to Grim Dawn? I could find a Grim Dawn streamer. Let's go. Let's do this. I know we re-rated him recently. Oh, what? What? Raid? Oh, that's why. I can type like a very horrible person at typing. Which is funny because I type 120 words per minute, usually with like a 98% accuracy, yet I go to type someone's name. Nope. Hopefully you all have a good rest of the day, and I will see you guys tomorrow when we will probably, hopefully, beat normal with the miasma and maybe even start in on the martial one. Bye.